Fesco IPO'd on March 31st, 2021 at 9 a.m. and they closed off on April 1st, 2021 at 5 p.m. Now, Fesco had a 900% all-time high return on your money. Edufocal IPO'd on March 3rd, 2022 at 9 a.m. and they closed off on March 3rd, 2022 at 9:01 a.m. So in 1 minute, they sell off. Edufocal had an all-time high return of 320%. Spurtree IPO'd on December 29, 2021 at 9 a.m. and they closed off at December 31st at 1:30 p.m. 2021. Spurtree had an all-time high of 350%. Dollar IPO'd on May 27, 2022 at 9 a.m. and they closed off at May 27, 2022 around 6 o'clock. And so far, Dollar had an all-time high of 260%. So these stocks have a few things that are similar to them. They have a low amount of units that they're selling. Their entry point is very attractive. Plus, they have good social sentiment. Now, a new IPO will be on the market this Friday, August 12, 2022 at 9 a.m. Do you think history will repeat itself? Wagwan future millionaires, my name is Demetress Fairman and I am no time traveler. But I think that something big is coming and I think you may need the information to make your decisions. Stay tuned. So the new IPO that will be coming out this Friday is called One. So I just got the chance to read through the prospectus and I decided to take some notes. So I'm going to share that with you today and hopefully you can make a decision when it comes to Friday. And the first thing you should know before investing in a company is, what do they do? Who are they? So what is One Educational Services? So they are an educational technology company. They are partners with Flow, CXC, and a lot more. They help these companies put their information online so people and organizations may use it to upskill themselves. So they were established in 2013 and their goal is to spread learning solutions all across the Caribbean. Our learning solutions cover all stages of the educational journey from secondary education to employee training in enterprises. Our clients benefit from our e-learning courses, online training, instructional design services, and expert tutors and trainers. People in over 10 Caribbean countries use our solutions to supply learning and development. The man behind this vision of One is Ricardo Allen. And if you want to read up more on him, just go on Google, trust me. They have an article that came out in the Gleaner Observer, I don't remember which one, where he spoke about the upbringings, like from the beginning stage of him being in school, coming up to forming this company. Very inspirational and I like the journey. So that's a plus for me. I like the CEO or the owner of the company. The company provides various products such as One for students and One for businesses. One does a variety of learning solutions for all age ranges and even goes to corporate entities or businesses to upskill their workers or provide some means of educational solutions to that company. So in other words, they have individual clients and corporate clients. If you want to see how they break down these products into services, then you can read more in the prospectus, but I'm just breezing through right now to give you an overview of what's coming. So we know what the company does now, so we can tick that off the list. Now we're going to go into the IPO details, the offer details. So this IPO is very small. They're offering the general public, which is the general pool, me and you. I'm not talking about the teacher's part or any other part. I'm just taking out the amount of shares that me and you, the general public, can buy. And that's around 121,250,000. And if you should draw a comparison to an IPO that just closed the other day, which was Dollar Financial, they offered around 212 million shares. And theirs closed out very fast and their allocation was very small. Their allocation was around the first 10,000 shares. So you get the first 10,000 shares you applied for, and then the amount of money that's left, your refund money, you would only get 2.6% of that money in shares. So let's do some quick math right here. You have $500,000 and you're buying into the Dollar IPO. Dollar IPO was $1 per share. So let's do the same thing. You're only going to get the first 10,000 shares. So we minus 10,000 from 500,000 and we're left with 490. Now we'll only get 2.6% of that $490,000, which is 12,740 shares, plus it back to the original 10,000 that you get. Overall, out of that 500,000, you'd only get $22,740 worth of shares, and since it's $1 per share, you only get 22,740 shares. So be mindful with these small IPOs that the allocation will tend to be small. You won't get the amount that you applied for. So that's a strategy right there. If you have a big amount of money, then you can just dump it in. Let's hope for the best. You get maybe around 5% of the amount that you applied for. Or you could just buy in small amount, and then when it comes on the market, you just slowly chip away at it and build up your position. You won't get everything at an average price of $1, but chances are if it goes to 300%, then your average price would be maybe around $2 or $1.50. Again, these are the strategies that I think I would use. I'd maybe either dump in a large sum of money and then maybe get around 5% of that money and don't buy any more, and just wait for it to go up to like 200% if it goes up to 200%. Or I'll buy some now, a small amount, and then when it comes on the market, I just slowly chip away at it and try to keep my average price very low. You can look into that. Those are the ways that I would do it. As I said before, there are other share pools, but for the wider public, we would apply in the non-reserved general pool. So this IPO will open on August 12, 2022 at 9 a.m. and chances are it's going to be sold out very quickly. So apply before August 12th. Try apply Thursday, try apply Wednesday, try apply like a week ago, because chances are as soon as 9 a.m. come Friday morning, it's going to be sold out and you've missed your ticket. Guess what? You don't have a chance if you don't have a ticket. But for the odd chance that it makes it to the closing date, the closing date is August 19, 2022. Another reason that I think this will sell out very fast is because it has an attractive price point. It has a price point of $1 per share. So the minimum amount of shares that you can purchase for this IPO is $1,000 worth, which is 1,000 shares. And then after that, now you can make an increment of 100 shares. So if you're purchasing, you can purchase 1,001 shares. You have to purchase 1,100 shares, or if you want to buy more, you go 1,200 shares. So you're moving increments of 100, but the minimum that you can buy is 1,000 shares. Another question that a lot of people ask is, when will I know how much shares I'm going to get? Well, within 6 business days of closing date, will the public be notified of how much shares they will be receiving. And notice I said 6 business days, so weekends don't count. Monday to Friday, and then the next Monday will be 6 business days. So after those 6 business days, you will be notified how much shares you will get. And since we won't be getting everything that we applied for, there will be a refund, and refund will be within 10 days of closing date. So whenever the IPO close, which is August 19, 10 days of the IPO closing date, we will receive our refunds. So be mindful of that. If you're going to use the strategy of putting a lot of money into it and then maybe just seeing how much the allocation is, then be mindful that the refund is 10 days after the closing date. One of the main reasons why companies go on the stock market is to raise money. They want this money to do something, right? And they're using your money. You're an investor, you should know what your money is being used for. According to the prospectus, it is the intention of the company to use the proceeds to further capitalize on the accelerated demand for our services across the region and to deliver on key long-term strategic contracts by investing in set generation learning content for new and existing markets, investing in our adaptive learning technology using machine learning, I like the sound of that, and artificial intelligence ideas to personalize learning and increase its working capital reserves. So I like all of that. It's very future forward. I like the initiative to adapt some machine learning technology. I think they would use it in order to better structure a curriculum or structure services or educational content that is more tailored to what you want to learn. Something like a company that I was using to practice some coding called Codecademy. If you're not sure what courses you want to do, they give you a little test. And by answering that test, they use their machine learning to decide what course would be best for you and your learning style. So I'm thinking it's something along this line, that the whole system may be automated in a way. So let's take a brief glance over the financials because it's a lot, but I just pick out the key points. So we're going to look at the revenues. In 2017, they had $27,755,471 in revenue. In 2018, it went up to $32 million. 2019, $36 million. 2020, $140 million. And 2021, $268,822.36. As you can see, the company is making some money. Money is coming in. They have no problem generating revenue. Now let's look at the gross profit. In 2017, it was around $13 million. 2018, it was around $27 million. 2019, it was around $33 million. 2020, around $132 million. And 2021, $225,306,095. So let's look at the net. When them take out everything, when them take out tax expenses. So 2021 was negative. They were down $29,324,744. In 2018 though, they went up to $12,334,223. In 2019, they were negative again, $21,457,851. 2020, however, they crawled up out of that hole and they went to $55,399,923. And in 2021, they went up even further to $67,452,984. So as we can see in the last 2 years, this company has been profitable. I need to look further in the financials to see why they dropped in the negative for 2019 and for 2017. So that is why you should look in the financials and see exactly what caused those dips. But in the last 2 years, it's good and it's growing. And they also projected that in 2022 and 2023, which is now and next year, that they will have a 32% net income increase. And in 2023 and 2024 period, they predicted that they will have a 28% net income increase. And in 2024 to 2025, they said that they're going to have a 27% net income increase. So let's see how that pans out, because as you can see, anything can happen right now. Any ball game can play. Cause right now the monkey them up on the street are roam with the pucks. So now be careful. Anything can happen. As far as projections, let's see how they do. 2022, we're in that time right now, and they're expecting a 32% increase. So if that happens, that means they're doing something right. So let's talk about the dividends, because a lot of people love dividends on this channel. I mean, that's what we talk about. So the dividend policy for this company, long story short, this dividend is not going to be tall. It's not going to be a lot of money. This is not a dividend paying company, because tech companies usually keep all their profits to further their R&D, which is research and development, create new products, just to help fuel the business. Quoted from the prospectus, the directors anticipate a payment of an annual dividend of up to 25% of the annual profits after tax, where such profits are available for distribution and subject to reinvestment to finance growth. So when I was watching Learn, Grow, Invest, Jeremy did the calculation based on the revenue and the percentage that they deemed that they would give to dividends, was 25%. And when Jeremy did the overall calculation, it came out to around 1 cent per share. So again, it would be like Fesco. They want to use the money to reinvest in a company and grow it. So don't look to this stock as a dividend king, a dividend giant to put a lot of monthly or passive income in your pocket. Just look to it as a potential for growth, because we don't see it yet. So look to it as a potential for a growth stock. Now I think we have a little information to help us make our decision. Where do we go to buy this IPO? You can go on sagicor einvest, or you can go on JMMB moneyline, and that's the platform that I'm going to use because that's the only stock account that I have right now to purchase that. So let's do that right now, right? The place is very hot, so let us jump to the purchase right now. So we log on to JMMB moneyline. We click on personal. Let's block out this information right here. Log in. Now we're on the moneyline dashboard and we want to purchase our stock. So we go into transactions, new, Then we click in the first dialog box that says transaction type. What would you like to do? We would like to buy stocks. When that loads, we'll see 4 sections at the top. We'll see all, JSE, Junior, and IPO. We'll go to IPO. Now for the general pool, the people who aren't teachers, who aren't on the special loan agreement, we want to go down to non-reserve. We want to go to the one-on-one, none. One-on-one educational services limited, non-reserved pool. So that's what we're going to do our purchase through. Now we're on the purchase page, and at the section that says quantity, we're going to put in the amount of units that we want to apply for. Since it's $1 per share, then the math is easy. You just put in the amount that you want to spend. And since it's only one order type, because it's just market, it's just an IPO, $1, there's no negotiating price, you let that remain as is. Once you've entered the quantity, just scroll down and press continue. A message will come up that says joint holder authorization required. If that applies to you, then you can start that out, but it's not applied to me, so I just press OK and continue with my business. Now we're on the order summary page. Just check over the information, make sure that everything that's on it that you agree with, and once you're ready, you can just continue and press the continue button. And remember to log your information. So you see that tax information right here, that JCSD fee that came up, and that GCT. Remember to log those because that's included in the purchase, and that's going to be included when you are ready to take profit. You know, that gives you the real value. So don't just say, oh, it's taxes and trade once and forget about it. Take account of the taxes. Once we press continue, it's going to ask us to enter our PIN just to make sure that it is us. Like your data ATM, you enter your 4-digit PIN and process all transactions. So that's that. We just applied for the IPO. So on Friday morning, we don't have to be in the hustle and the bustle and all the rush, because we already sent through our applications. But if you want to see a full breakdown of the financials, talking to the CEO, and a whole overview of the prospectus, then you can just check out Learn, Grow, Invest. They did a full overview of the prospectus, so check that out on their channel. Also, do some research, read the prospectus yourself, check out some other videos, go on Twitter, see what everybody else is talking about, and come up to your own decisions. Don't take my word for it. Don't take it as gospel, because I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm just a person who loves money. I'm not an economist. I am not a finance guy. I'm just Demetress. But thanks for stopping by. Thank you for sharing, and subscribing to my channel. And if you don't want to miss any videos, if you don't want to miss any updates, then just click that notification bell so whenever I release a video, you're first to know. Until next time, happy investing.